This time on Roadkill Garage, we're finally making my Roadrunner something less than gutless. Yeah! Remember the last time we had the Roadrunner on Roadkill Garage? The thing was pig slow. It wouldn't even do a burnout. So this time, we're gonna fix it.
It's supposed to have 300 horsepower from the factory.
It doesn't.
No.
So the first thing that we're gonna do is run out and do some acceleration runs with it as is and find out exactly how much of a dog it is before we go ahead and make it quick.
1520s?
Or quicker. There's no chance this thing runs
90 miles an hour?
It should run
such a pig. It should run 15s at 90, even with the stock 383. But I know it won't. Is that wide open?
I got the new G-Tech that I'm going to use for the acceleration runs. Normally on Roadkill, I would be here with a
stopwatch
on the phone. This is going to be more scientific because I want to find out the repeatability.
Yeah.
Ah, I petted your dog. I smell like dead.
Really?
Oh, I literally rubbed dead animal smell on my nose off my hand from your dog.
Well, why didn't you wash your hands after touching the dog?
Oh, I didn't know.
It was your fault for touching him.
Oh,
There's a bunch of manure around.
No, it's dead smell off my hand. Sniff my finger.
I don't want to.
Here we go. Wow, this is slow.
Yeah.
Wow, it doesn't seem to be reading.
40? Well, you've definitely gone through an eighth of a mile.
Now it says race canceled. Huh, it didn't seem to actually work, did it? Help. Energy distributed senses acceleration and braking. I think it might not have had enough acceleration for it to know that we were accelerating. I think it's possible.
No, I'm not buying it. Normally we wouldn't start a drag run in front of someone's house, but
but in this case,
it's virtually unnoticeable.
Here we go. There's someone coming the other way and I don't even care because this thing is so slow. Roadkill. Okay, 0 to 60, 11.5 seconds.
Slow.
Quarter mile, 1869 at 80 miles an hour.
It's insanely slow.
This is the slowest Roadrunner in the history of Earth. It's like pathetic. I wonder if the secondaries are opening even.
You don't think they are?
I hope not. I hope the timing's locked up.
That seemed faster.
Quarter mile, 1798 at 80.
I told you it was getting faster.
We brought into the 17s.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's scientifically proven this thing is a dog. We did a whole bunch of runs, I'd say almost 10, the best of which was 1770 at 82 miles an hour, something like that. Sometimes it runs 1790s. That's a quarter mile, so but it's bad.
It broke into the 9, 0 to 60 though.
That's right, 996, 0 to 60. Breathtaking.
Is Big Joe faster than the Roadrunner?
It's morning, and we got to get the burn barrel going because it's freezing. How are you wearing a t-shirt?
I don't know.
Oh, instant relief.
Man, now I know what those bums in Michigan and stuff feel like.
Feel like I'm standing under the L in Chicago. So I'm hoping that's going to warm up the shop a little bit because we got to get to work on the Roadrunner. So here's my plan.
I'm listening.
I'm hoping the thing is a dog because the ignition timing is super retarded. I'm assuming maybe it doesn't open up the secondaries on the vacuum secondary carburetor.
I like all that, but I'm kind of worried about the timing chain. If the timing chain's loose, the cam will be retarded and it's going to cost a lot of power, but it's going to take a long time to fix.
Good thing we're starting at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, although we're not getting much done except warming our hands by the lovely campfire here.
It's all under the hood today. First thing I think I need to check is ignition timing. So ignition timing refers to when the spark goes off in relation to where the piston is in the cylinder. And the thing is, it takes some time for combustion to happen, and so you have to start the spark earlier than you would expect because you want peak cylinder pressure at 7 to 10 degrees after the piston's on top dead center and on its way down on the power stroke. So you have to light it off at wide open throttle at 3,000 RPM at about 35 degrees before the piston hits top dead center on the compression stroke. And if you don't, basically you're losing all your peak combustion pressure and it's going out the exhaust. So we're gonna find out if it is.
You want to hook that up to number 1?
Lighting it too late. Fires right up. Maybe I should connect the coil wire again.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, rev it up. So it only had 20 degrees of total ignition advance, which is nowhere near enough. We're gonna bump that up. Oh, here it just smooth right out.
That sounded nice.
You hear it smooth out?
Yeah.
Now I'm going into the distributor here, and a lot of you will have not ever seen points type ignition system, and that's what this is. You can see that there is a cam lobe on the distributor right here that has 8 points on it, one of which is for each cylinder. And as the distributor rotates, it opens and closes the ignition points right here like that. As the points are closed, the circuit is complete and energy builds up in the coil. When the points open, that field in the coil collapses and sends a spark out the tower, which is then distributed by the distributor out to the spark plugs. So that's how points work. But the problem is that points can get really worn out, which these don't really seem to be. That's old school ignition stuff that works perfectly good for an application like this.
And I'm going to score a whole bunch of used spark plug wires.
You want them?
Yeah.
Why?
When the rabbits eat the wires on the forklift or something,
Oh.
I need a stash of old ones. Nice.
We got all the spark plugs out, and fortunately there's no bad news, no real gnarly oil or anything like that. They're all in pretty good shape. We're throwing in some new NGKs. I am the spark plug wire master as far as routing goes, or routing goes. Is it routing or routing? It's Route 66. I don't know. Or is it Route 66? The first thing I do is snap all of the spark plug wires onto the spark plugs themselves, and then I run them sort of how I would like them, and I stick the ends of all of the wires into the cap where they go. That just helps me visualize where I'm going to be running the train one by one. I'll go through here and cut the wires to their appropriate length. This is the boot that we're going to be putting on the spark plug wire end. It's going to be like that. So I will actually put those on where I want them to be. And then where you want to cut it is right here at that seam in the boot. This is an MSD crimping plier, which is like a genius tool to have for making spark plug wires. The first thing that you're going to do is take the end of the wire and you're going to have to expose the metal core. Pinch it once. Then you've got to turn it 90 degrees on the same cutting anvil and pinch it again, and then you can pull the insulation off like that. Once you have got the end of it crimped, you're going to grab your spark plug boot. I'm going to shove it through there. If I bend the boot straight a little bit, I will be able to get the spark plug wire to go all the way through the boot. The next thing that I'm going to do is put on the terminal that needs to go on the wire that snaps into the distributor cap. What I do is fold the terminal over the core like so that that core is completely captured behind the wire right there. Not really the right way to do it, but it is the way I do it. I'm going to stage the terminal inside the appropriate channel on the plier right here, and then stick the wire in, folding the core over and making sure that it is not exposed, and then bam. Crimp. At this point, you need to fold this over, which you can just do with your hand like that, and then let go of it. And there you've got your crimp. You can see that it's grabbing the case of the wire really strong right there. It won't come off. I've got my core folded over. Now I can put my boot back on, bam, and now it's ready to snap into the distributor cap. Easy as that.
Do you want to Put the spark plug wires in there and set your distance to perfection.
Man, you're just afraid to even begin to touch a spark
Well, I
plug
don't know,
wire
I mean-
when I'm around, yeah.
It's like getting in the ring with Ali, you know?
You just can't
You
do
know
it.
you're just sparring, but you know, you're just afraid you
Yeah.
might get hurt.
We just removed this induction setup from the Roadrunner. Now, this is a Holley 6619-1 carburetor, which would not be the original Holley for the car. Instead, I'm putting this 650 on it. Maybe a tiny marginal improvement in performance there. This carburetor does not have a secondary metering block like this one does. See how there's this fat block in here and there's not one here? The secondary fuel curve is not adjustable in this carburetor without changing a plate that's in there, which nobody really has. It's a nuisance. This has actual jets that are removable, and so it's going to be easier to tune. The other thing I'm doing is ditching the factory cast iron intake manifold for this DP4B. DP4B means Dodge Plymouth 4-barrel. This is like a day 2 kind of modification. A guy would go run out and purchase a car, and then the next day he had to hop it up. This intake manifold was available when the car was new. You can see it even has a Chrysler part number on it. It was sold through direct connection at the time. And so this is sort of an era correct intake that's gonna add performance and save weight. And we'll be installing it with that Holley 650 vacuum secondary that I'm gonna modify with a quick change vacuum secondary pod.
You ready?
Yep. I'm not gonna call it good, but it's not hideous. I've seen worse.
That's not bad. Okay, so one of the things we're really worried about is there's a chain that drives the camshaft from the crankshaft, and a lot of times they get really loose, which means the camshaft's gonna be out of phase. In other words, it's not gonna be timed where it should be. And if that's the case, the whole front dress of the motor is going to have to come off to change the timing set. So one way we can do like a quick and dirty spot check without taking things apart is just turn the crank and see how much play you have before you see the cam move. That's actually pretty good. That's a great big hurdle that we got past, so we can basically start putting the intake back on, and the rest of it is probably okay.
I've been taking advantage of the Roadkill fan base lately. Anytime I need something, I just go on Facebook. I'm like, does anybody have a DP4B for sale?
They're hard to find.
A whole bunch of people had them. It's just this one was the closest and easiest to grab.
Drop that thing dead center.
That's high perf. Before I install this carburetor, I wanted to hop it up just a little bit. I'm going to install a secondary vacuum pod quick release cap. And that's so that I can change the spring in here really easily. This spring controls the point and rate at which the secondary throttle butterflies open. And it's something that I like to mess with quite a bit for performance and economy and stuff. And so this thing makes it a whole lot easier to do that, because you can see that to take the pod off, I had to take the choke off, had to take the pod off. But with this, I'm going to be able to leave it all assembled and just take off that lid right there. We're pretty much done wrenching. We've got the induction and the ignition all dialed in. We think he's filling up the carburetor float bowls with fuel so that we can fire it up for the first time with the new carb. Let's try not to catch this one on fire.
No.
I care a little bit more about my brand new Holley than I do in our normal Roadkill Garage scenario.
I know, we've got fender covers.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Stop. Huge fuel leak. Your hard line doesn't work at all.
Oh, it's not tightened.
Oh, maybe that's why.
That was just a trial fit. You want to try again?
Yeah.
Runs great.
Perfect. I don't even know if I need to adjust this.
Man, that thing's just purring like a kitten.
We're all wrapped up, just about ready to go road test this pig, and I almost forgot. The Roadkill Garage zip tie moment. Look at that cute little guy right there. All right, here's the deal. You can use a zip tie as a hose clamp. For example, I've got vacuum advance on this car, something I rarely have, and the hose doesn't fit awesome, So you simply throw a zip tie around there and use it as a hose clamp. I have found that these narrow little zip ties work better as a hose clamp than the fat ones because the contact pressure is higher. So pull that on there really tight and that thing is on there and not falling off. And that was your simple little, why didn't I think of that earlier, Roadkill Garage zip tie moment. I think it runs smoother now, probably because
it does.
New plugs.
I
and
could tell right away.
Wires and all that stuff. But will it be faster?
That's what I'm worried about.
It could be faster and still not be fast.
I don't really think it's going to be super fast, but I don't want it to be so slow.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm just like dying to romp on it, but I don't want to be disappointed.
Are you going to punch it? I can't take it anymore.
Oh, bog. It's stronger. Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, it's not brutal. Wow, I have to admit I expected a little bit more.
Me too. Maybe I was expecting too much.
I think there's still tuning to be done.
Yeah. Okay, Freiberger, make it leave like a digger.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't start.
Oh!
Why does it do that?
Oh, that was the best leave you've ever had.
It didn't start.
Well, let's just do one more run because we've had so many aborted runs.
I know.
It didn't have that bog yesterday.
We need to fix it.
No, we probably went overboard with the light spring. Good thing you got the quick change vacuum canister top.
Well, we can change it right now.
You want to?
It's 2 screws.
So the problem we have is the secondaries are just opening way too fast and it's making the car bog. So we think changing the control spring to a stiffer spring is going to help that out. This should only take a couple of seconds. Just 2 screws. And then inside, the magic spring. Ollie makes a spring kit, gives you a whole bunch of choices, and that controls the opening rate. Normally without this top, it takes a really long time to open up that diaphragm and change the parts. There, that's all there is to it. Air cleaner back on. Ready to run again, hopefully without the bog this time.
Now, so, secondary or squirter?
I don't know if I'd want to take more out of the secondary. It needs pump shop tuning.
It really does. It probably has a 28 in it, and it needs like
A 35.
At least a 32, 35. Okay, squirters. Yep. We need to fix the bog. We solved it a little bit out on the road by changing the secondary spring, making it a little bit heavier. And now I think we can put some squirter in it, which means accelerator discharge nozzle, which is the thing that enriches the fuel mixture when you just snap it to wide open. And we're gonna put one in that has bigger holes in it for more squirt. And it says, my money's gonna say 31. 28. You're right, okay. All right, so do we want to go all the way to a 35?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big change.
No, it needs a lot of fuel.
Yeah. So this is the squirter right here that we just took out. You can see that it's stamped right there with a number 28. That means this is 28 thousandths of an inch, the orifice that the fuel squirts out of. And so we're gonna go to a 35, which is bigger. Okay, that's gonna be the demon tweak.
Yeah.
I think so.
35 is the ticket.
You don't think so?
I think probably going to be a good step in the right direction.
Better.
Better, by far.
Yeah, it runs way better. It's much more drivable.
Yeah.
Before it was just like embarrassing. Now it's like you can actually motor it around.
That was pretty good.
7.680 to 60.
Wow. That's way better than I thought it was going to be. I was
9.96 before, right?
Yeah.
No way. Quarter mile? Oh, what did I do?
No. Don't tell me you
No.
erased it. I was like hoping for a 7-second. Isn't that what I said?
How do I go back?
90! Oh!
1594 at 91 miles an hour.
Wow.
That's huge.
Wow, I was telling you 90 miles an hour in the
Wow.
corner would be great.
Dude, we picked up 10 miles an hour.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
And that was a horrible leave.
I know.
Wow, how come it doesn't feel that strong?
I don't know, but didn't I tell you, man, if we can get it to run 90 in the quarter, that's pretty good.
I know. You said you'd be excited. Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge. 10 miles an hour?
Yeah. Boy, this thing must have been a real pig. We just forgot about how bad it was.
I know. Dude,
This thing's kicking ass now.
finally!
Yeah.
Man, this thing is finally running the way it should. I won't say that it's fast, but it is so much faster, it's ridiculous. The G-Tech said, I think our best run stock was 1770,
Yeah.
and we went 1550?
Yeah.
Man,
That's
so
a
much
lot.
better. And it picked up 10 miles an hour.
And that means over 90 in the quarter, which is my prediction when we started. 90 was
I
the
know.
magic number.
So the numbers off that G-Tech, I wouldn't trust them as far as exactly what it would run at the drag strip, but the bottom line is now, this thing actually moves out like a Roadrunner should. It's still a complete dog off the line just because it weighs so much and has a highway gear.
Yeah.
But once you're rolling and kick the thing down,
It's good.
it moves out.
Yeah, no, you can't complain.
I'm stoked.
Me too.
Finally, it's
Yeah.
actually a drivable car.
I love the Roadrunner.
Me too. All right, it's first thing in the morning and it's freezing.
Don't worry, Freiburger.
I know.
Oops.
So
I'll get you taken care of, buddy.
burn barrel is gonna like handle it. What?
I think that gas might
What's
come
wrong
off.
with you?
Yeah.